Okay, so I'm just going to do a little quick tutorial on the scarping here, and I hope you can see this, because it's like the sun's going supernova here today. It is really bright outside, so hopefully this comes out. What I have here is one of the stringers for the bottom of the boat. Like I said, it's going to run parallel to the keel beam, and I've already got the other one scarfed. I thought I'd just go ahead and go through it and just kind of do a little brief tutorial here on how I'm going to scarf these two pieces of plywood so I can bond them together later. And very important to make sure you mark the sides that you're going to scarf. You don't want to scarf these on the same side, because that's just not going to work. You're not going to be able to join them together. You're going to be left with a joint that's going to be, or you're going to be left with a piece that's going to be too short. Even though I did allow a little bit of extra length here, just want to be careful about that. So we've already got this marked on this piece. Just got to pick this up and mark this one here in a moment, and then when I get this set up in the scarf fixture, I'll turn the camera back on, and then we'll do that in kind of a super, we'll speed the video up here when we get to that point. Okay, so I'm doing this under shade tree out in front of my house. It's about the only patch of level ground I've got anywhere around here. My garage is kind of full right now. Been sorting everything out and getting the garage packed up. You know, I mentioned earlier that we were getting ready for a move back down to South Texas, and that's still an ongoing thing. But anyway, like I said, I've got this clamped in the fixture, and okay, let me get this set up and see if I can do this without knocking the camera over. Okay, so we're all set up, and hopefully camera doesn't move, shake too bad. Got it on the little fixture here, so hopefully we don't get a little vibration. First pass is usually pretty messy, I should say. So here goes. And then I stop and adjust my depth. Make the next pass. Always turn it off before you make your adjustments. And you know, here we are, Texas wind. Who would have thought? Really, wind in Texas? Wow. Okay. And I'm going to check my camera and make sure it's still adjusted. Looks good. So here we go. Stops, and okay, back it off some more. Okay, now we got that corner cut down, so I'm going to move the router, and kind of had to take this corner down right here to make a pathway for the base of the router. So we've got that cut down. Now we're going to make our final cuts. Bit, I may have to move this side back, so I'm going to tap it back just a little bit. It's a little bit off. We can make the adjustment here. Just as far as the thickness on this end, it looks fairly even, so we're going to keep going. We're going to bring that down to the center right there. I'm going to have to clamp that down to the center, which means I got to take the clamp off the base of my camera. And actually, you know what? I'm going to do something just a little bit different. I'm going to bring this clamp around. Don't recommend you do this. What's happening is this pine piece here has warped since I made this piece, and we got a little bit of a bow right here, but it's nothing that the epoxy can't take care of. If we have any gaps there, the epoxy will fix that. And here we go, last cut. I could probably take a little bit more off of that now. That's looking good. But show you. See? It looks like it's a little bit off right here. That's because I marked this out and cut this piece out of a piece that it was kind of a little bit of an angle. So all these pliers are going to run at a little bit of an angle right here. Finished scarf cut, and I'll get those bonded together later on this week. It really is square. I know you're seeing that little bit of a curve right there in that ply, but we've got a little over about 2 1/16 right there. Yeah, it's a little bit off right there, so I may have to make a few little adjustments, and before I make the last cut. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn the camera off now, and because I've got one more piece to make. But that's you get the general idea of what I'm doing here. So anyway, I thank you for watching, and more to come. Okay, I made those last minute little last adjustments there, those last minute adjustments, I should say. And so that's the finished scarf on this piece. I've got one more to go, and then we'll get ready to bond these together tomorrow. But it turned out fairly even there. Like I said, you see this little bit of difference right here is because when I laid this out, I didn't lay it out with the factory edge. It was kind of laid out at a little bit of an angle there, so you see these different these plies right here. even though it doesn't look like a square cut, it is, because the measurement from here to here is even with the measurement from here to here. So this piece is square. And I've already done this once. I already did this on the keel beam, so I know this fixture works. So anyway, thank you for watching, and more to come. Okay folks, this is my last video for the night, and it is nighttime now. I got these pieces scarf cut this afternoon. You just saw that here just a few moments ago, and so now just like before, I went on ahead and mixed up my thickened epoxy, got the 2 pieces, or actually the 4 pieces, up against a straight edge there, a little straight piece of 1x4 that I cut down on my table saw, make sure the edges were true, and got the ice chest full of water. Actually found a 60-pound bag of concrete, and so I stuck that on there too. So right now we probably got about 130 pounds of weight on those joints, and so yeah, all we can do now is just leave it for the night and come back in the morning. It's about, I don't know, let me go over and look at the thermometer. It is about, I'm gonna go ahead and close the garage door too. You're gonna hear the garage door. Get the camera back out of my face. 77 degrees. And so I'm using the hardener that slows down the cure time, and so this stuff's going to take probably, you know, good 8 to 10 hours to set up. That's fine. You know, don't have anything else left to do tonight. It's 10:30 Sunday night, and so anyhow, like I mentioned earlier, we are in the process of packing up the house, and been trying to pack up this garage. Man, it looks like a bomb went off in here. That's just because I've been boxing stuff up and throwing things out, and just going through it and just kind of getting ready to move. We don't quite know where we're going to move to yet. We're looking, I think now down Texas Hill Country. I think that's where we're going to go to. Looked in El Campo this past weekend, and yeah, you know, I really wasn't overwhelmed with what I saw there in El Campo. Went over to West Columbia, and again, found some nice houses there, but they're still fixer-uppers. Still need a lot of work, and I just don't want to do that. I'm not going to have time to do that. So yeah, I want a house that's just move-in ready, and so we're going to kind of focus our search there in Texas Hill Country, Canyon Lake. Yeah, western New Braunfels, northwestern New Braunfels area, if you're familiar with that part of Texas. And yeah, we're going to try to get moved out of here. Well, I'd like to be out here before the end of the year. You know, it won't be ideal. It will put me, though, only about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours away from Palacios, and I can make that drive easy. Right now, it's a 6-hour drive. I mean, we spent, good grief, over 5 hours driving down to El Campo Saturday, and we actually turned and looked at those houses and then drove back last night. So yeah, I'm talking Saturday. That was yesterday. So anyway, yeah, we're wore out. My wife and I both were worn out, and but you know, we're looking forward to moving out of here. We're looking forward to getting our grandkids down somewhere where, you know, they can raise animals, and you know, they can you know, not be in an area that's so restrictive. I mean, here you've got, you know, we're in a subdivision, you've got the HOA and all that stuff here, and I kind of want to get away from all that. And so I know the good Lord will provide. I know God will direct us to where He wants us to go, where He wants us to serve. One of the things I've been praying over is not just that God will, you know, lead us to our next, and probably will be our final home. My wife says, you know, her next home is going to be the funeral home. But anyway, I'm also praying for that God will lead us to a good church home. And that's very important. And I kind of pray for those two together. They go hand in hand. We want to make sure we go somewhere where we can serve, where we can minister, where I can get back into Sunday school teaching. I used to teach adult men's class. Not every Sunday. I did it on a fill-in basis, but filled in quite a bit. But anyway, with that said, we're just going to trust in the Lord that He has a plan, and we know that God's been faithful because God has been faithful to us in the past, and He's always been faithful to us. And when you put your trust and your faith in Jesus Christ, you can count on Him to be faithful to you as well. And doesn't mean that He's always going to give you what you want, but He is going to provide you with what you need. The Bible says that the Father in heaven knows what you need before you ask. And so anyway, with that, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to let these pieces set up, and we'll get out here in the morning and get all the water out of the ice chest, and we'll take a look and see what we got. And thank you for watching. God bless. It's time for me to be gone. Like I say, behave, be blessed, and now it's time for me to be gone. And thank you for watching.